All right, so here we go. Welcome to another episode of Legendary Conversations.
Hello.
I'm your host,
Yes.
David, along with...
I'm TJ. And if you can't notice by now, we're missing somebody in this episode. Much sad. Rest in peace to our good friend and co-host, Mason Greenblatt.
Let's put him right here.
Yeah, we'll Photoshop him. We'll do that shit.
Instantly got 10 million views
More.
as soon as he decided not to show up today.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But
The show must go on, honestly.
the show must go on.
It does. It has
to.
So, took a week off, and now we're back. So if you're curious, if you don't follow David or myself or Mason on Instagram, we just didn't like the episode we recorded last week. So we're like, you know what? We don't believe in just posting to post content. So we all agreed, let's not post last week. So this is the official episode 4.
Yep.
So we're going to redo everything, do a whole new topic, do a whole new thing. Even without Mason here, you know, he's in our hearts. He's in our thoughts. He's out there living his best life.
He's not. No. It hurts that you're not here, but it's all good.
Hurt a little bit.
But just to kind of piggyback on what you were saying, yeah, we had a topic. We shot the entire podcast. I think it was like an hour long. It was probably like the longest one we shot.
For sure.
And after all the editing and kind of thinking back on it, we were like, you know, there were just some things in it that we thought and was like, you know what, we didn't like it.
Yeah.
And you know, like he mentioned, we're just not gonna post content for likes and views and you know, we figured, hey, let's skip the week and let's come back this week. Yeah, we move on from there.
And obviously, you can see what the issue with last week's podcast was because it's not here right now.
Exactly. So this one should be that much better.
This one should actually get posted. Fantastic.
Yeah. So just like every other week, every other podcast that we've done so far, we're back on mystery shots.
We are, yeah.
We've done it. So this is the second 2 of 4. The first one we knew what we were drinking.
We did, yeah.
Second one was mystery shots.
It was mysteries.
Third one we knew what we were drinking, and now we're back on mystery shots for
I think that's how it went.
episode 4.
Yeah. Well,
So,
it's different.
I
know what we're drinking. You don't. So
this is interesting because I don't know. We didn't know the first episode because I sent you to the liquor store.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have time. So I sent him to the liquor store, and I was like, hey, go to Laurel Liquors. Shout out to Laurel Liquors again.
Shout out.
And I said, hey, tell the guy mystery shots, turn your back, and let him pick the drinks. Today, I didn't have time to go out again because I was pretty busy, and I asked him, like, hey, man, on your way in, grab mystery shots.
Yeah.
But he knows what's in the bag.
Yeah, I picked them. So I was kind of disappointed with last episode's mystery shots. So I was like, you know, I'm going to pick them myself. So I think it'll just be fun to see David's reaction to what we're taking shooters of because, boy, howdy, is it disgusting.
Oh, man.
It's the same for both of us, honestly.
So you had to do it on the day
that
Mason's not here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if he showed up or not.
Not a shout out to Mason, though.
Yeah. Someone's got to shout out for him. There's going to be a lot of missed shout outs for one whole episode because it's like his whole thing.
Yeah, so.
But. Yeah,
man, I'm
awesome.
I think I'm feeling like Mason. Like I don't want to do this today.
You're gonna hit this, and you're gonna be like, "This was the worst shot I've ever taken." Because I've done this before.
This is not a part of my cut. I'm gonna say, but I've enjoyed doing it. But this is really not part of my cut.
Nah.
So, but let's do it. So should I go first?
Yeah, go ahead and reach in there. I left the wrapper in there, so just like make sure you just actually grab a shooter. And if you like it, there's 4, so you know you can.
I'm trying to feel for the bottle.
Yeah, there's bottles.
Do I get a second attempt, or does it have to be the first?
You could take a second attempt if you want. Look at that.
Oh, damn, dude!
Have you had those before?
I've had these before.
Yeah. So it's peanut butter shots. It's strawberry. The one he picked up is strawberry peanut butter liquor. You're welcome to try for another one.
99 proof.
I didn't know they were 99 proof. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey,
I just knew that I knew the flavor.
Listen. I ain't no bitch.
Okay.
All
you don't want to retry.
I ain't no bitch. Okay. So
you're gonna stick with that one.
It's I ain't no bitch, man.
All right. Good news is check this out. Ready? Let's try and make it random. Mine is just straight peanut butter. So
so you got them all 99 proof, just different flavors.
Peanut butter, yeah.
So you really like no matter what we were.
Yeah, everyone.
Someone was getting the same shit. That was good.
Yeah,
that was good because you know what? Because had Mason been here,
he would have
he would have been like, no, I'm picking a different one.
Yeah.
And he would have had no choice.
He would no matter what. It was this. Yeah.
Man.
The lady at the liquor store was like, "What are you looking for, honey?" And I was like, "I just need like shooters. I need like a variety, and I want it to be gross." And she's like, "I got you." And she picked this out. I was like, "This is perfect. I need this. I want it. I gotta have it." And we're also gonna put one. I guess we could just put this guy here. This is for Mason, even though he's not here. We're gonna have a shot for him set up as if he is here in spirit. But yeah, so if you've never seen it, it's peanut butter whiskey, 99 proof. I forgot it was 99 proof, so good luck to everybody out here. And it if you never had this before, it tastes like peanut butter. So it's like you're taking a whole liquid form of peanut butter. These are disgusting. So congratulations.
So the strawberry one is disgusting as well.
If I remember correctly, there's one of them that is good, but I know this one specifically that I have that's just straight peanut butter. It's like drinking peanut butter, so it's fantastic. This is
so great. I took a trip down to Tennessee with a couple of my boys, well, a bunch of my boys, annual mancation, and I've had some moonshine, and that stuff hits.
Like actual moonshine.
Actual moonshine, yeah. And this can't be any worse than that, but maybe it is.
I think the difference is moonshine tastes good because they always they pride themselves not only in being like the highest proof of alcohol, but also being like a good flavor. Mm-hmm. Where this is just like, hey, check this out. It's high alcohol content, but it's also peanut butter. You know?
All right, let's just get it over with.
Let's do it.
Yeah, this is where we need Mason here.
He would have loved
to make us look a little bit tougher than
yeah.
what we really are. But
oh my.
All right, let's do this.
That smells foul.
Oh, it doesn't smell too bad.
Yeah, yours probably is not bad. Episode 4, yeah?
Episode 4.
Okay. And maybe the 1 year anniversary?
Soon to be 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
But we'll toast it out on another time. But right now, episode 4. Here we go. And to
Great.
Mason. And to Mason.
And to Mason. Here you go.
Here you go, Mason.
You get that, buddy.
Make sure you put them right there.
That's foul. It's peanut butter. That's it. It's spicy peanut butter. Oh my god. Was yours good?
Woo.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. That face says differently.
I mean, it hit hard. It don't taste like strawberry.
This is like the kind of shot you can take and go home, and your significant other will be like, "Were you eating peanut butter today? Do you have a peanut butter and jelly?" Like, yeah, I definitely wasn't drinking for sure. I was having peanut butter and jellies all day.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mason would have definitely just threw up all over the floor.
Mason would have had a good time. He'd be drunk right now.
Yeah. He would definitely need Sam to drive him home.
Wow. That's fun. I want to circle back here. Look at that military word there. I want to circle back. Mancations. You still do those?
So, we're going to leave Mason right here.
Yeah, leave it there.
Me and a bunch of my friends, military.
Yeah.
Every last one of them in the military. There's 10 of us. And we started 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. And our first trip was to Vegas.
Okay.
And it was legit. And, I thought it was in the beginning, I thought it was going to be like a one and done type of thing, man.
Right.
But, we built a good relationship and a good friendship. And, you're in the military.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for
so
sure.
Once you make those connections, man, they last a lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you've got some good people on your side.
Right.
So I was in the military for 20 years, and I've met some amazing people, and there's people that I still hold, a good relationship with, and they're like my brothers.
Yeah.
And, they're just like I can rely on my brother, Lewis. Shout out to Lewis.
Shout out.
Just like I can rely on him for absolutely anything, I can rely. And we call ourselves, we're the Circle.
The Circle.
So we're the Circle. And I even got a tattoo right here.
I thought that tattoo was so people knew where your veins were because you have so many. I thought that was like a vein tattoo.
No, that's a circle, or my circle of boys.
If you can't see, he's got a red circle on his arm.
So it's like right there. Yeah, man. So we did this. We started in Vegas 10 years ago, and my boy James Chubb. Shout out to James. He's like the coordinator, and this dude, he comes up with these amazing fucking trips.
Really?
And I mean, we've always said that as a side hustle, we're going to come up with like a business to where we set up mancations for other people.
That's actually a stupidly good idea.
I mean,
that is so good.
And we were going to be like if you wanted us to play a role, like let's say for instance there was one or two guys that'd be like, yeah, well we don't have that many friends. It'd be like, all right, we'll come on your vacation as your friends and we'll set up the entire thing. We're your friends. We've known each other for we'll set it all up. But we've always talked about doing that. Obviously, we haven't done it, but it's a great idea.
It is a great
idea. Could you
idea.
imagine,
oh my God,
like you walking into a business and be like, hey, I want to go on vacation. I have no friends, but I want this amazing vacation.
Yeah.
My circle of friends. I want to hire like 8 of you guys. I want to have a blast. So it's a great idea. We just never did it.
Especially with your background too, because like if anyone knows how to have fun with strangers that they've never met before, it's military people.
100%.
It's military
Everywhere
people.
we go, we attract people.
Yeah.
And it's always a good time.
It really is.
Always a good time. And the thing about it is that, we say mancation, and the first thing that come to mind when people think, oh, just a bunch of dudes getting together.
Yeah, misogyny.
Not even the case.
Oh.
Dude, we do some of the most, what other people would probably consider boring on vacation. We consider like exciting, fun, entertaining.
Like escape rooms?
Stupid. 10 of us, we always split the teams up.
Okay.
And we'll do like a night of bowling.
Oh, that's awesome.
We'll do like miniature golf.
Hell yeah.
Or we'll do actual golf. We'll split up the teams. We'll do like best hole.
Yeah.
We'll do ping pong.
Oh my God.
We'll do what is it called? Cornhole.
Cornhole, yeah.
So we'll do those type of events. I mean, these are not just games we're playing. These are events.
It sounds like it.
Like
and
it's an actual full blown event.
And I gotta ask the question. This has everything to do with drinking as well, too, right? Like, are you
100%.
guys drinking the whole time?
100%.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So these are events that we're putting on, and there's always something behind it. So the losing team has to do something,
right?
And we've been like in the middle of winter, we were in like Virginia Beach or something. I forget what it was.
Yeah.
And the losing team had to like jump in the ocean.
No.
Like butt naked.
That's awesome.
So but
awesome.
You had to jump in the ocean butt naked. You had to get out the ocean, put your clothes on, and you had to run the mile back to where we were staying.
Whole mile?
The whole mile. And we're like recording this.
Naked?
We're making the video. Yeah, it was ridiculous. No, not naked.
Oh, okay. That's good.
But those are like the stupid things that we did that some people would find boring or like, that's dumb. But it was interesting to us, and we had fun. We all got families.
Yeah.
So to us to go on a mancation and be like, oh, let's go to the strip joint. That's just not fun. That's not entertaining.
No.
That's not just I'm 45 years old. Most of these dudes, some of these dudes are even younger than I am, but it's just not our thing. We got families. We got kids.
No.
That's what our mancation consists of.
How long does it last? Like a week?
It's about 4 or 5 days.
Okay.
It's like a Wednesday to Sunday.
Like a good business holiday.
Yeah. It's like
awesome.
a 4 or 5 day weekend.
Oh, that's crazy.
So we did Vegas, we did Tennessee, we've done Virginia Beach, we've done Myrtle Beach, we've done Atlantic City, we've done Philadelphia and Atlantic City, North Carolina up in the mountains. We've done a bunch, and the 10-year anniversary, we had to kind of put that on hold because one of my boys, the guy that actually, James, he sets it all up, he was doing the move from, Jersey to Virginia. Obviously, I was starting the business and everything, so it was going to be tough for me to leave the business and go on a 4 or 5 day vacation. So we kind of put that 10-year anniversary on hold. But that's the mancation, man.
I was going to ask, with you owning the gym in the last almost a year, like has the mancation happened this year? But it sounds like it hasn't yet. Yeah.
So last year, this past year, it did not happen.
No.
But again, like I said, I wasn't the only one that was busy.
Yeah.
A lot of people were busy. We typically do it around March, April.
Okay.
So we'll see if it comes back up. I have a lot of faith in you.
Oh, thank God.
Like, if I wanted to go on my mancation, I could be like, all right, I trust in TJ. TJ could take care of the gym for a couple days.
Yeah,
but
for a week.
We're just, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Because everyone has to be on the same page for us to do one of those things again. So
yeah, that's a lot of coordination. And who do you say sets that up?
James, my boy James. Chubb. Last name. You know how the military is. We always by last name. So to this day,
Nick Chubb from the Browns.
Just to this day, we go by our last names.
Oh yeah.
So it's like Chubb, Trosh, Hardy.
Yeah, I've lived with so many dudes, two dudes for the longest time in my life, Beck and Timmy. And Timmy's the only one we ever call by his first name because Ziegler is just too hard to say. But yeah, dude, honestly, to me, it doesn't sound boring at all because you know why? I'm a man. It sounds exactly what a man would want to do. You know what I mean? So that's why it makes the mancation because ping pong, bowling, skinny dipping in the ocean.
And let me tell you something. So Chubb, the way he does things, we always go during the off season.
Yeah, it makes sense.
When he looks for these houses, dude, they're cheap. So between 9-10 of us, we all chip in $300.
Okay.
And typically like $250, $300. Yeah. And what that gets us, it gets us the 4-day stay, but that also gets us like the booze. It gets us food because we cook. We go out maybe for breakfast and like a dinner, but the rest of the time we cook.
We talking like grilling, cooking, or like what?
We grill. We in the oven. We're stovetop.
You have like a chef, like a guy.
No.
This guy's good at cooking.
We designate one or two people. Like I'll take like a Tuesday, he'll take a Wednesday, stuff like that. But
all right.
So with minimal, we try to spend the least, not because we're cheap, whatever. But
no,
dude, we were in North Carolina, and it was like. And I know we're kind of getting long-winded with this, but
no, it's super interesting.
Super interesting, yeah.
It's
so, and then also the 99 proof is kind of sitting in a little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But
we got two more. We could take patience.
So
fucking great one too.
We were in North Carolina. We were in the mountains, and this house was just fucking amazing, man. And one of the events after they lost, they had to run up the mountain.
No,
and it was steep.
Yeah, and you gotta remember out there who's listening, they were drinking too, so they're drinking and running up mountains.
Not to mention, 2 or 3 of them dudes are not in the greatest shape.
Yeah, it happens.
So just because I'm friends with these dudes doesn't mean that they're all in like amazing shape. Like
just because David's in shape doesn't mean that they're in shape. You know.
So, but anyway, awesome. that's mancation. If your husband, boyfriend, significant other goes on a mancation, don't automatically assume that he's going to the strip joint because that's not always the case. Give him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, we've been on 9 of them, and we've never been in like a strip joint. Not a single one, man.
Yeah, trust me, men. All men want to do, at least 90. We'll say like 90% of them. To you women out there listening, they just want to do stupid shit that you would look at and be like, why do you want to do that? Like ping pong to me sounds like so much fun. Whenever I was deployed, one of the things that got me through my deployment was just playing fucking ping pong whenever we had free time. But like, again.
What about you, Mason? What do you think? Cool. All right.
Wow,
so
that was really insightful. That's crazy.
So, all right, let's get into the topic, right?
Yeah, the topic for sure.
So for today, we've talked about this earlier in the week, and I asked TJ, I'm like, hey, TJ, what do you think we should talk about this week? And he said...
Motivation.
Why?
Motivation. So it's a lot of times, I don't want to say a lot of times. I want to say when you go to the gym and or work at a gym together, you talk to a lot of people. In the gym, out of the gym, and we'll do it real quick, right? In the gym, you talk to people who come to the gym and they're like, hey, like, how do you stay so motivated? How are you always like working out so hard? How are you doing this, that? How are you eating so good? Whatever. When you're out of the gym, people are like, hey, like, how do you stick to a diet plan? How do you have motivation to even wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning? I personally, I'm sure David too, around 4 o'clock in the morning, wakes up to get here so he can open his gym. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning so I can get here around 5. Sometimes it's not always at 5, whatever. Where do you get the motivation from? So, we talk to people. David was talking to one of the guys that comes to his gym, and I was like, listening to David talk to him about like, hey, this is like life. This is how you motivate yourself, whatever. I was like, that's actually truly inspiring. Listening to the words is great. So honestly, this podcast episode today is kind of like about, helping you guys, the listeners out there, to motivate you not just to go to the gym, but to do whatever it is you want to do. Maybe you want to like, hey, I want to start like art. I want to start selling art. I want to start getting my art out there. Hey, I want to start going to the gym. Hey, I want to start doing whatever. It's about motivation.
Yeah. So I forget his name. Really, really good dude. You remember? You know his name?
His name is Brock, and he's super nice, super chill,
super chill, nice dude. He's also in the Air Force.
He is.
He's a security forces member. Yep. He's from the South, very respectful. I'm in the military. I was in the military for 20 years, but I was like, hey man, you gotta stop calling me sir, because I feel old as crap. Yeah. But You know, asking him to stop calling me sir is almost like an insult to him because that's the way he was raised.
Raised.
His
That's
mom
how,
raised him that way. Like,
Yep.
mom and dad raised him that way to be like, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. And it
Yep.
wasn't the Air Force or the military that did that to him. It was his parents.
Right.
Like, they instilled that in him. So he's very respectful. So now when he does that to me, like, yes, sir, no, sir, I don't even say stop calling me that. I know that it's just part of who he is.
Right.
But he came in, and I know he was talking to you about, like, you were supposed to write him a program.
Mhm.
And he came in and said he just wasn't motivated. And I told him, I was like, hey, man, listen, one day at a time.
One day.
One day at a time, man. All you have to do is just come in here one day at a time and do what you do.
Yeah.
Like, come in here and put in just a little bit of effort. And he goes and he says that, like, he used to love lifting. He was a gym rat. But then there were some medical issues,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and we're not gonna just go into like details and stuff. But there were some medical issues, and he had to stop. His doctors were like, "You gotta stop going to the gym." But now he's back, and he's been back for a little while, and he comes in here every morning, Monday through Friday.
He is. Yeah.
And you know, he came in here like two days ago, and we started talking, and he was just saying that he doesn't have the motivation to kind of get in here and really hit it like he used to hit it.
Yeah. Yes.
And I told him, I was like, hey, man, life hits you 100 miles an hour, man. But you know
time.
what? One day at a time. One day at a time, man. Just come in here and do what you got to do for just that one day.
One day.
And then what? Come in here the next day and start all over again.
Yeah. And it doesn't have to be an hour. 30 minutes is all you need.
Yeah, dude. I was training. I have a new client,
Yes.
Mika.
Shout out to
And
Mika.
Shout out to Mika. She's a nurse. She works 12-hour shifts.
Yeah, thank her for her service.
Right, she works throughout the night and everything. And she comes in here. I got her on a hip thrust machine.
Yeah.
And it's kicking her ass. Mind you,
thing,
she
it
just got
does.
done with like a 12-hour shift.
Right. She works 12 hours and then comes to the gym.
Yeah.
No
in the
way.
morning. Because she says that if she goes home, she's not going to do it.
I feel that for sure.
She's just not going to have the motivation to
I
do
feel
it.
that.
So she comes in. I got her. It's like her last superset.
Mm.
So I got her on the hip thrust machine, and then I got her doing walkouts.
Oof.
So
No.
she's doing the walkouts, and on her like fifth one, I'm like, go ahead and take a break,
Mhm.
right? And she's like, no, I got to keep going.
Right.
I'm like, okay, keep going. She's like, because if I stop now, I ain't going to want to do it.
Oh.
And the only thing that's
true.
making me go right now are the words on that wall. Ignore your limits.
Yeah. Those are inspirational.
And when
for
she
sure.
said that, man, that kind of
yeah,
hit me
your
right here,
heart
man.
skipped the
Because
beat a little bit.
you know, that's what I look for in people, man.
For sure.
I don't pick and choose who I'm going to train.
No, you don't.
Everyone needs a little bit of help. I've trained her for the past 3 days, man. And dude, I do get some clients that are just here for like the 10 sessions.
Yeah.
But she's here for the long haul. I love clients like that.
Oh my
I
God.
love people like that because I know they're for real.
Yeah.
I know they're 100% for real about their journey. Not
Yeah.
their weight loss journey, but their journey. Because she literally came to me and she was like, I need to change my lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that moment, I was like, yeah, she's about this. She's about this. And then you know, that kind of hit me right here, man.
Yeah, it's
You know,
awesome.
so-
We love that. That's how Alan is too. That's why I love training Alan. He just he is there to get better. He's not there because he paid whatever money to work, have a personal trainer tell him what to do. He is there to get better. And he honestly, I always tell him this, and I tell people whenever I talk about Alan, he works out harder than some of the people I see at any gym. And it's great to see because he's 59 years old and he works out so freaking hard.
And he's trying to compete.
He is. My motivator is people like Alan, CJ, like we said the other episode, and like watching him work out so hard. You know, is just like, you know, if a 59-year-old man can work out harder than me at 29 years old, then it's like, why am I even here?
Yeah. What do you think about that, Mason? Good job.
Yeah, hell yeah. My wife said it. Me and Dave were talking about it before. Is that it's not always just your motivation to get in the gym or do whatever you're doing. It's the determination, right? A lot of us get confused with the difference between motivation and determination. For example, for her, she's not motivated to lose weight. She's down like 10 pounds in whatever time frame. She's determined to lose that weight, and she's been doing it, and that's what drives her to do what she's doing, right? So sometimes we always say like, I'm not motivated to go to the gym. Sure, you're not motivated, but like, what are you determined to do today? What are you determined to do for this next month? Where's your determination at? So if you me personally, I set small goals. You got to be not just motivated, but determined to hit your goals, whatever it is. So like, say we were talking about Brock, for example. I want to write him a program, not because he asked for it. I was like, hey, let me write you a program, because giving him something to work out with would help him with his determination. Like, hey, this guy went out of his way to make me a program, so now I have to follow it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's like you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true, for sure.
You know,
I didn't even think of
when
that.
you were trying to do your weight loss on your own.
Yeah,
I'm not going to say you gave up,
a little bit.
but
I
you kind of gave in a little bit.
I was failing. I felt like I was failing, and that's why I reached out to you.
So I did your macros,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess now because I ended up doing your macros, so now you have, it's almost like you have this obligation to me to be like, I got to follow this because David gave this to me, and I got to like make sure that I'm hitting it to the T.
Yeah.
And you have been, and you dropped some weight.
I have, yeah, a lot of weight.
You dropped some weight,
we've been
yeah.
doing good.
And I think you said you stalled for a little bit.
We did.
And I was like, are you doing any cardio?
Nope.
And you said no.
Nope.
And when I'm talking about cardio, I don't mean like go out and run for like 5 miles at a certain, but you haven't been like walking or anything like that.
Nope.
So I told him, I was like, hey man, 20, 30, 40 minutes of just walking on a treadmill. And, because if we have to adjust your macros, that means you're going to be eating less food. So instead of adjusting the macros, we just added a little bit of cardio, and
we're back on track.
On track, Same thing with Mason. Mason, he cut down he went from 189 to 180. But either way, man, with Brock, I was telling him, man, listen, one day at a time, be consistent with that. When you get in here and you start to see some changes, that can be somewhat of a motivator as well. I give you an example. And this kind of ties, I know we're kind of going a little bit different directions, it may seem, but this is, we kind of tie this all together. So I had a client of mine. There was about a good week or so there where he kind of felt down on himself.
Yeah.
We were just talking today. Was it today or yesterday? It was either today. I think it was today. We were talking about it. He said he was a little bit down on himself. And he wasn't necessarily telling me. I don't think he really felt like he was progressing with, I guess, his appearance, maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe with the weights and everything. I knew he was getting stronger. I keep track of everything, so I know he's getting stronger. He went, and I think he saw some people that he hasn't seen in a while. I think over the past couple of days, they were telling him like, man, what have you been doing? You look real good. Like you've been working out. And he'd be like, yeah, man, I'm working over at Legendary Fitness Gym, working with Dave, this and a third. Just hearing that from like 3 or 4 different people kind of lit a fire under him, because we were going to stop training, I think, after next week.
Yeah.
And because he told me, he's like, hey, I'm going to stop training for a little while. I'm going to come in on my own, try to do some things. And I was like, all right, cool. Yeah, definitely. We talked today, and after like, people telling him like, yo, you look good. Like, what have you been doing? He came to me today and he was like, listen, I think I'm gonna do more sessions. I think I'm gonna re-up another 10 or so. And the thing is that you're not gonna always see your own progress.
No, never. That's like the toxic relationship you have with the gym, is that like,
exactly.
Ooh.
You're not gonna always see your own progress. And even your wife or your significant other, your kids or whoever, your coworkers that you see every day, they're not gonna see the progress.
Mm-mm.
It's that person that you haven't seen in weeks and months that's going to look at you and be like, damn, man, you're looking pretty good.
Yeah.
What are you doing? And that's where you start to think like, damn, you're like, shit, it's working. I ask him like, hey, have you gotten on a scale? Now, mind you, the scale is not the end all be all.
No.
But it's a little bit of an indicator if some things are working.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of lit a fire under his ass, and then like, yeah, man, I'm gonna continue the training, man, and that's good on him, man. I'm glad that he was able to kind of see some people that he haven't seen in a while, to reassure him that what he's doing in the gym
is working,
and what he's doing as far as like eating, it is working for him.
Yeah.
The thing about it is like people, and not him specifically, but people are like, they want to see progress like that, and that's just not always the case.
No,
it's gonna take time. it's a journey. That's why they call it a journey.
Yeah.
You know,
Enjoy it too.
Don't worry about point A and point B.
Yeah.
Worry about everything in between. You know, enjoy the journey, and you know, before you know it, the progress that you were looking for, you're gonna get.
You'll never. It's hard to see the progress weekly, or even we'll say monthly, because you see yourself every day. But you know, the reassurance helps a lot from other people.
Yeah.
But back on the motivation piece, for sure, is like, all right, let's just do it the easy way, right? Motivation. Find something to motivate yourself, not for this month, not for this week, today. What motivates you today, right? What motivates me to get up in the mornings is the fact that, one, I don't want to get fat, so I need to go to the gym. Two, if I go to work, it's impossible. I can work out after work, but like work puts me in such a bad mood. So I know if I get up in the morning, I can have a good lift, I can have a good time, and then I go to work feeling refreshed. Because honestly, with what I go through throughout the day, the gym makes me feel emotionally better. I come out of the gym like, wow, today feels like such a great day, before work shits on me. Three is just like, I'm a powerlifter, so for me, it's just like always want to get stronger. It just gets me into the gym. If I feel like if I miss a day, I'm gonna get weak. Not true, by the way, but so that's like my day-to-day motivation, right? So that's just like three basic things. A fourth one, we'll just say like a long-term motivator, is the fact that like I'm married and I want to be healthy when I'm like 80, for not just me, but for my wife, my future kids, whatever. I want to be like 80 years old, jacked, and still be healthy as fuck, because I have a couple of grandparents who didn't take care of their health, and I see what the other side of the world is, you know? People who, you don't have to go to gym, but who haven't like kept up with their health, their fitness, whatever, and it's like, okay, that's not what I want to do. So that's a long-term motivator you can use. And even, you know, for those people who have kids, like for example, Brock, you know, you want to be healthy for your kids down the line, you know? So those are, if we're talking motivators,
Yeah.
there's motivators everywhere. You just got to find them. Now the determination's the hard part.
So, and talking about that with Brock and his kids, and we keep bringing Brock up because he was the one that kind of influenced us to have us.
Yeah, he gave us the idea. Honestly.
The idea. My dad, when my dad had me, my dad was 51 years old. Okay,
Jeez.
God rest his soul.
Yeah.
He was 51. By the time I was 10, he was 61.
Yeah.
Now, my father was always in great shape as far as like just being healthy.
Yeah.
He never drank. He never smoked.
Mm-hmm.
He just worked his butt off for his family. And he stayed healthy in that aspect. But as far as like in the gym and stuff like that, that just wasn't him. Strong as fuck, though.
Yeah.
Strong as shit.
That's
He
right.
had that old man strength. But by the time I was 10, he was 61. He just couldn't do the things that younger dads were doing with their kids.
Yeah.
So my motivator was that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't want to be that. Like, I have a soon to be 19-year-old kid,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a 2-year-old. Okay, so by the time he's 10, I'll be 50 something.
Yeah.
But the biggest difference is that I take care of myself.
Right.
So that's my motivation. My dad was my motivation to be like, I don't want to be like that. I want to be able at 52, 53, 54, when my son turns 10, I want to be able to run with him. Okay?
Yeah.
You know, I told my oldest, this is funny but true. I told him, I was like, hey, when you're 30 and your brother is like 10, punch me in the face. I'm gonna whoop both y'all asses. I'll probably be like 65 years old or some shit. But I was like, punch me in the face.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight you both, and I'm gonna still whoop both y'all asses at 65
Right.
years old.
Yeah.
True story. You know, my son, both my boys, specifically my youngest, because by the time he's 10 in 8 years, I'll be 53. I just want to be able to like run with him.
Yeah.
Shit, he's running for a 50, 60, 70-yard touchdown. I want to be running down a sideline with him. And, my father couldn't do that. So that motivated me to make sure that I was in good physical shape to be able to do those things. So that was my motivator. So when you don't feel motivated, man, for whatever reason, sometimes look at your kids.
Yeah.
Whoever, man, just look at your kids sometimes. And that should be motivating enough.
Yeah.
To want to get your lifestyle back on track. Be healthy for your kids. If not for you, for your kids.
You might find it corny. I know this is getting long-winded, but you might find it corny. But what helps me is just make a fucking list. If you have something you want to do, we'll say like you want to go to school, make a list, write it down, actually, like physically write it down, and be like, this is what I want to do, and then figure out the steps of doing it. That list, I have a list on my fridge, no joke, that says like, this is my goals for like powerlifting. I have a list that says this is my goals for life that I wrote down, because when you see it, when you write it, it just like, it's something with your brain, it just ingrains. So like, it sounds corny, but trust me, write it down. Write your goals down. It's going to help motivate you when you see it every fucking day.
Yeah, I'm a little bit different when it comes to that.
Yeah.
I am more of a day-to-day type of person.
Right.
I live for the moment. I don't, where I do have those numbers that, I would love to do like the 600 deadlift. Yeah. I have those numbers like that I want to hit in the future. But I'm more of a day-to-day, man.
Yeah.
I live for the moment. I live like for today. What is it that I could do today to make myself or my family or just anything better in general? So I live for the moment. I do set goals and everything. I have like goals of like the gym where I want to be at in 2, 3, 4 years. But like for me personally, I honestly I live day to day. It's the journey, not the destination.
For sure.
So when I get there, I get there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna enjoy the moment while I'm on my way there. What do you think, Mason? I think they say it takes. I think it takes 21 days to create a habit.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
That sounds about right.
And it takes 90 days to change your lifestyle. Something along those lines. Before you know it, man, as you're doing it one day at a time, and start to create that habit, now you start to get that motivation to continue to want to do it. That's really all you have to do is take it one day at a time. And then one day turns to 2, 2 turns to 3, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now you're creating a routine, you're creating a habit. And honestly, you may not even need the motivation because you're already creating that habit and that routine.
And that's just you. That's who you are.
Boom. Real quick before we go off, 1 year anniversary is coming up.
Oh, yeah. That's where you got plugged at.
1 year anniversary. This is a plug. So 1 year anniversary is coming up for Legendary Fitness Gym. So what we're doing is we are going to combine our 1 year anniversary with Halloween.
Yeah,
it's just right,
They're so close together.
So close together, we might as well do it. So, our 1 year anniversary is coming up. First and foremost, I just want to thank absolutely everyone that's been a part of this community, whether you are a current member of this community or you've been a guest here. Mm-hmm. You've supported us in some way, shape, form, or fashion. So, I just want to give a shout out to every last one of you. I thank you. I appreciate every last one of you. It will be October 28th. We haven't set a time yet. So obviously look out for those stories and those posts, but it is a Halloween themed.
Yes.
Heroes versus villains, if you want to call it that. Now, it doesn't have to be like superheroes like Superman, Batman, things of that nature. It doesn't have to be a villain like the Joker or Bane or whatever. It could be absolutely anyone that you deem to be a hero.
Yeah, could be your dad.
Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers could be villains as well. So whatever you deem to be a superhero or a villain, or just a hero or a villain, firefighters, police officers, whatever the case is, that is the theme. And hopefully everyone comes dressed to impress.
I'm so excited. I have not gotten to do, in my years of living, 29 years, a Halloween party at a gym. So I'm so excited. Just lift in a costume.
Yeah.
It's gonna be such a good
and we
time.
don't even know what we're doing yet as far as like an event. We may do like a little deadlift thing or whatever the case is, but
there'll be something.
We just want to put it out there now, so that way it gives you enough time to get a costume, because sometimes it's hard to get a specific costume.
It takes a while sometimes.
And we just want to put it out there because we need to know how many people are coming, so that way we can make sure we have enough food for everybody and things like that. So we're gonna have music as always. The vibes are gonna be crazy. The community is fucking nuts. We're gonna do best male and female, or best hero and villain. I haven't thought that out yet, but we're gonna do one of those, or maybe we'll do both. Fuck it. We are also going to do some giveaways as usual. Mm-hmm. White Toe is going to be in the building. They got some new products that I'm kind of eager to.
Yeah, I saw the new shoes today.
The new shoes, and they have the
those look cool.
The knee sleeves.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of eager to get that. And then we're kind of reaching out to other vendors as well to see if they want to be a part of it. So we had to plug that in there real quick. We know we're kind of getting long-winded today, but I mean, It is truly, for me, it's special because as a businessman or as the owner of the gym, I've
Right.
always had my, even when I was like, hey, this is gonna work, I've also had my doubts.
Always.
And
It's hard
here's
not
a
to.
year later, and I'm like, yeah, man, this is amazing, and we got a lot of things in the works in the near future, and but for right now, we just want to celebrate the 1 year
Yeah.
and go from there.
You're welcome.
So as a sayonara to episode 4,
Yeah, and to the community as well.
and to Mason, which is not here right now,
Yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and take another shot.
All right. See you guys later. Fucked it up. Hold on. Like, comment, subscribe. Send comments on the YouTube video or DM David.
Where is she?
Or send David or myself DMs. You saw our Instagram handles in the morning or in the beginning of the video. Ideas, whatever you want us to talk about. We can talk about anything. We're gym rats. We're family men. It's same thing with Mason. Like, we can talk about anything. Just give us ideas. Otherwise, we're going to come up with something last minute and you're going to just have to deal with it. But thank you.